Level turns are one of the 4 fundamental flight maneuvers you will learn during your student pilot training. Let's start with an overview of this procedure to include what you're looking for and the performance required to complete a level turn. So here's a depiction of a level turn. We see that the aircraft is changing direction from one heading to another. In this case, the pilot has turned to the right 90 degrees, from a heading of 360 or north to a heading of 090 or east. During your training, you'll be asked to do something similar. That is, turn the aircraft from one heading to another and roll out on your desired heading without deviating. During this maneuver, you'll be using these instruments: the attitude indicator, the altimeter, and the directional gyro as primary instruments, and the vertical speed indicator, or VSI, as a supporting instrument for altitude control. And just like any procedure, simply knowing where to look just isn't enough. The goal is to be able to take in the information you see on those instruments and turn it into performance. So for level turns, the performance you'll be expected to maintain is at a constant power setting. Here we have 2100 RPM, which is a normal power setting for this maneuver, to be able to roll out onto a heading to within 10 degrees of your target. So if I say roll out to a heading of 360, you'll be within 10 degrees of 360. And to maintain your altitude within 100 feet of the target altitude. So if we were to start the maneuver at 2,500, we would not want to deviate more than 100 feet from that initial altitude. So let's take a moment to discuss where to look on the attitude indicator, since this is one of the primary instruments, and what information to pay attention to there. You'll be referencing these white tick marks along the top of the instrument to establish and maintain your bank. Each of the tick marks shown here represent 10 degrees of bank. So if you were asked to make a right turn at a bank angle of 20 degrees, for example, you'd line up the little yellow indicator with the second white line on the right side. During your initial introduction to turns, it's very likely that you're going to keep bank angles to below 30 degrees. So if you should be asked to make a turn and no angle is provided, just stay below 30 degrees. That's usually a good opportunity. So we hope that helps in terms of understanding what turns are and where to look for turns.